this definitely was not on the agenda for today. It definitely needed to be pruned because I needed to dig out that poor Mary Poppins bush right there, or Berry Poppins bush right there. But my husband came along. This is why I don't have him do any pruning unless I'm out here. He came out here without any warning today and decided he was going to prune. It was coming out here into the walkway a little bit, kind of where we parked the cars into the driveway. So he was going to prune it. And while he was pruning, he's like, oh, I'm just going to prune it all the way back. And I'm like, he had cut all the way into the center. This section here, a quarter of it, this short into the center of it. And I thought to myself, well, it looked really terrible like that with the rest of it really tall, because it was like, you know, probably 10 feet tall. I said, well, if you're going to cut that much, you might as well just cut into the rest of it, because it looked so terrible. So he just cut the rest of it. I've got to clean up the edges that I really actually wanted to get. Those were the parts he didn't get. I was trying to save it. I don't know if you can see how thick it is, but this here in the center, is quite thick, and I was hoping for a few more of them, like maybe 4, about that thick, to get tall enough that it would be tall enough to cut and make an arbor out of it. And well, there goes that plans for this year anyway. I'm gonna have to finish trimming the sides. It's a willow. It's not gonna die. Like, this thing has never died. As a matter of fact, the reason it's like this to begin with, it used to be a lovely, wonderful, huge tree until the ice storm of February 21 came around, and we were literally covered in a sheet of ice. We were trapped inside the house. My husband had to saw our way out the front door because half of this tree that I don't like here had fallen onto our porch, and that's why the front porch is all dented up. But half of it fallen into the front porch, right into the doorway, and we could not get out. He had to saw our way out. The back door was also blocked because if you see back there above the house up there, that is a walnut tree, and part of that tree came out and landed on the back door. So we literally had to saw our way out of that ice storm. No power for 12 days. It was a frozen tundra. It was the craziest storm we've ever had here. I mean, we had the evacuation of September 2020. That was crazy in and of itself. And then the ice storm, February 21, 6 months later. But it looked like a tornado had gone through. Power lines were down everywhere. They literally snapped in half. It was a crazy time. However, my son's car at the time was parked here. We did not have a garden at all. As a matter of fact, this garden's only been a garden for not even a full 3 years yet, but his car was parked here, and the tree landed on his car, and by some miracle it didn't crush the car or break the windshield. Crazy miracle that happened. But this was a beautiful tree once upon a time. So let's even out this bush a little bit better while I finish talking. So after it split in half, it literally split the trunk into 2 pieces. So there's 2 stumps. And my husband tried to get rid of the smaller stump. They really didn't like, my mother-in-law and husband really didn't like this tree that much. So they were going to take it all the way out completely. They cut it down to the very bottom of the stump. They tried to grind the stump. They actually tried to burn out the stump, pull it out with a tractor, and what it really needs is a professional stump grinder, and even then I'm not sure that's gonna work. So this little shrub tree is here to stay. This is a Pacific willow. It's native here to Oregon. It may be invasive in your area. Check before you plant, but it loves a lot of water like all willows, and they're usually found along stream banks. So I was kind of surprised the fact that I do not water this willow at all. It's established enough. It doesn't need me to do that. And it created its own microclimate. I found a wet, damp soil underneath it, even though I never water it. Well, that's about as good as it's going to get for today, as I'm losing light. It's darker outside than it looks in the camera. So I'm going to call it for a day, and I'll be right back out here tomorrow. Unfortunately, I forgot to bring my camera back out with me the next day. This is 10 days later. As you can see, it is evened out a little bit better, and there is already some new growth on this willow. Willows grow very easily and quite fast. It has now been, what, 2.5 weeks since I filmed this, and as you can see already, the shrub is coming back really, really well. It's got new growth all over it. It'll be back to leaves everywhere in no time. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the story about the willow. Until next time, feed the pollinators for me.